My intentions for the call, we could do intentions distractions. My intentions for the call are to spend like a good chunk on give power and like coordinate with Sam about any of the questions and kind of like, I mean, loose ends in the contracts and things that we haven't solved, and just like make sure we come up with solutions. I also want to check in on regen farms, although I think we're still blocked by parameters, and all these other things are on the agenda. Give farm, regen pool, retroactive givebacks, which I think are going out soon, and the regen farms outreach. So those are my intentions. Well, my intentions are created from yesterday, and I'm not really distracted. I'll pass it to Amin.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm excited to start Give Power. I hope that today we define some use cases to implement in the coming week. Complete some working instance, not complete all the features, just a few of them. And yeah, I'm not distracted. Just I couldn't sleep well last night, and that's it. I pass it, Cherk.
Thank you. Hello guys. I'm here to see how can I help. Also, I'm eager to play a role in Give Power. I know some UIs are ready and we can implement in front end. So yeah, I'm so excited. I pass it to Mitch.
Listening in mostly, here to talk about extending the give farm and retroactive givebacks. And I'll pass it to Heather.
Hello, GM. My intentions is to learn, observe, listen, grow, and my distraction is I'll be eating lunch, so I'll turn off my video, and I'll pass it to Sam.
Sam's gone. Okay. Oh wait, Sam, can you hear? We can't hear you.
Here, I'll steal it first. While Sam fixes his mic, I'll steal it. My intentions are to talk about Give Power with Sam. I got a preview of some of the juicy stuff through that DM, so I'm excited to chat about that stuff and anything else that's fun to talk about. And my distractions are Muhammad cut his hair. I love it. Actually, it looks really good, but it's like the trademark is gone. You know, and it's like a new world. It's like we've entered a new era of Giveth. You know, and also a delicious smoothie is also a distraction. I'll pass it to Sam. Is it working, Sam? No, it's not working. Oh, you're at the Giveth house. That's nice. Then let's toss it to Mo. Oh, sorry, Mo. Did you just
we're doing intentions distractions.
Sorry, guys. Okay, so a lot of distraction, and but for intention, I just need to know what's happening with the Give Power. I'm also cleaning up the Give Power. I'm going through the comments and yeah, stuff like that. Am I the last one?
No. We can swing it to
Mohammed. I pass it to Mohammed.
Thank you. I'm here to see whether there is something to be done by me for retroactive giveback, and cult is regen farm and staying in the loop. My distraction, as Griff said, is get used to my new hairstyle. Yeah. I pass it to Monique. Have you gone?
Hello, GM. Good evening. Good morning. My intention just to think with you guys, trying to break down the issues for the givebacks and make it ready to go. And only givebacks. My only distraction is that my family is may call me during the meeting. I have to turn off my video. Sorry. I pass it on to Sam.
I'm gonna take one. Hello everyone. I like to represent with power, which are the new things. I think that we don't have to do a very discussion about it. It's more like this is the things that right now needs to be worked on. And in this discussion, outside of this course, we have also time to discuss the other topics.
Sam, I can't understand.
I can't understand you. It's because your mic is working, but it's very like clouded and staticky. I actually hear your words are not. Let's give it to Pat. Probably intentions, distractions. If you can unmute.
Okay, GM everybody. So my intentions are first and foremost to sync up with the updates on the GivePower and to get as much of it into my head so we can get it into a coherent spec. To sync up with you, Sam, about the stuff that you've done, to sync up with the rest of the team that have been working on GivePower and stuff that's been there, and to see what's going on with like retroactive givebacks and a couple of other GIVeconomy things. And my distractions are none. I'm just going to switch to my PC, so it might be gone for 1 second, and that's it. And it's nice to see you all. I am Kim. You want to go next?
We're doing intentions, distractions, Jankin.
Every time I just get in the room. Intentions, catch up, keep up with what's going on. Distractions, obviously I'm just getting to the office, and that's really it. I'll have to pass it back to you to pick who's next.
Let's link it to Jesse. Thanks, Jesse. Let's sling it over to Katavi. We're doing attentions and distractions.
Hey everyone, my intentions is to sync up, hear what's happening on each of your sides, and then talk a little bit maybe about, give a quick update about what's happening on region farms. And I have no distractions. Pass it back to you, Lauren.
Cool. And then I think Sem will be last if it can work now. What do you think? Yeah? Oh, you're so cute. Don't worry, I'll get to you. Everybody else went, right?
Hello?
Yay!
Okay, I am in the mobile.
Yay!
I'd like to talk about GivePower. I think that we can enumerate which are the loose ends that there are right now, more like an informative way, because there is a lot also. There is also a lot of other points in the agenda, and I think that it's way better if we go through all of these very specifically in other calls. So this is my intentions today, just to keep people informed on how it is going, and to grab people that can help on deciding what to do with the loose ends.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, I think since most people on this call are like also excited and eager to hear about GivePower, we could spend like the first like 10 minutes kind of chatting about the loose ends quickly, and then just like going over the design and maybe passing some things off to start work on the front end. So I put down so Sam was mentioning that there's still some loose ends to tie up in the contracts, and maybe there will be more that appear. So estimating kind of like 2 weeks until they're finished, and then there's not much sense in creating the subgraph or doing any back-end work before then, but yeah, we can start on the front end. The design is like done in some parts, and other parts are just like small tweaks. So do you want to just jump into these weird, funny loose ends, Sam? And because we've got Griff here as well, we can just probably burn through them quickly-ish, at least discuss them briefly.
Yep, sure. Well, if you can envision how the contract of GivePower is, it has different parts. It has a part that locks tokens, another part that calculates which is the GivePower that you have based on those lockings, another one that delegates that GivePower, and another one that that signals which projects should receive this GivePower. So you can cut it in different parts, and maybe we should start with the most basic thing, which is locking give, and based on that, allowing to unlock it when the time has passed and all of that, and signal which is going to be the GivePower based on that. And if at the end we externalize out of the blockchain some of the calculations, at least we are going to need this locking, right? I hope that we can do everything in the blockchain still, but if it gets more and more complicated, maybe we will have to put some of the things outside. So the most important thing in the case of locking is that as it is right now, we are saving, okay, until this round, you have this amount of give locked. And this is the amount of GivePower that you have until the round. And when you unlock everything, and this means that you also don't have any more GivePower. This is the design that, this is the basic design that we have right now. And I come to the realization that it is not enough in order to keep locking automatically, let's say, because we are not saving which are the rounds that you selected. So basically right now when you are looking for 2 rounds or for 4 rounds, you are saying, okay, in this round I will be able to remove my GivePower and my give, and that's it. But if you go into the auto lock mode, the contract does not remember which that you selected 4 rounds instead of 2 or 1 or whatever. So this is the main problem that we have right now in this case, and we have to refactor the contract or rethink the auto locking feature. I think that it's better to rethink the contract, because the auto locking feature is already quite good. It's also in the front, it's also in the Figma, and I think it's very easy to understand. So I think that we just need to redo the contract, and I hope that it is not that difficult to do something like that. It makes it more complicated. It makes the contract more complicated, but yeah. There are other losing ends in the case of the delegation, and in the case of I don't remember the other one, which it was.
I have them all down there, but maybe let's just like take a second for auto locking. So basically, you're saying you're gonna have to like rewrite the contract. I mean, so this is what it's like in the design, just for like everybody's context. It's like you stake and lock your give tokens, and then it shows you like how much give tokens you have locked for how long and when they'll unlock. And then it's like there's this like relock automatically switch. And so if it's relocking automatically, then at the end of like your 5 rounds, it will relock those tokens again for 5 rounds. At the end of 2 rounds, it would relock those tokens again for 2 rounds, etc. So that was like the dream. So this isn't feasible, Sam, and then you're gonna, or with what we have right now, so you're just gonna try to rewrite the whole contract?
If it's possible, I will rewrite the contract, and if there are some problems with it because of the we will see if there is some kind of problem that I cannot see right now, then we should change the design.
Why not just have them relock only for one round?
Yeah, that will be nice. That will be nice.
And then every time it's like it relocks automatically for one round, so they maximize their give power until they come back and claim it, and then they say, "Hey, don't unlock next round. Don't get it next round."
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the alternative design could be you have been locking your give for 1 year. So when the year has passed, you can unlock it, but you will you can unlock it at any moment, but you will lose your give power. So it's the alternative design that would allow us not to rewrite the contract, but it changes how it should work. So that will facilitate me a lot the life, but I understand that it's not what it was pretended.
Wait, so what would the user experience be if they they lock for a year, and then at the end of the year they could unlock it, but then would their give power decrease? It wouldn't decrease, right?
Exactly. No, if you unlock it, you have unlocked it, so your give power, which was a lot of give power because you had locked it for 1 year, it will just wipe out.
When you unlock, but let's say that you lock it for a year, and then the year is up, and you don't unlock it for another 4 rounds.
Exactly.
During those 4 rounds, you would have the year worth of lockup.
Yeah, you keep your give power until you unlock. Does it have sense?
Yeah, I mean, I wish that there was a way to normalize, just click like a normalize button, and we just run a script that normalizes a button and then checks if they're still locked. And then, like, if they're not, then it reduces their give power, But, or
The experience will be similar to, for example, when you are in Giveth.io, in OneHive.io, in which you have the farms, and you lock it for a specific period of time, and you can withdraw it when that specific period of time has passed at any time, but the multiplier that you had, it also wipes out.
Sorry, can I ask something?
Unstake, right? Or it wipes out like after.
You unstake it, and obviously the multiplier that you have wipes out, and you don't have any give power. And if you want to have more give power, then you have to lock it again, maybe for 1 more year.
Yeah. So, but if you don't touch it at all, and we set it up so that it auto locks for like one more round, and the person doesn't remove those tokens at all, then could they preserve their give power and their multiplier?
Yeah, I think that the part of locking for one more round does not have a lot of sense in this case, because you can lock it for one more round, but you will have the give power that the multiplier of 1 year, which I think that would be easier to understand for everyone, that you locked it for 1 year. Now you can remove it when you want, but your multiplier will wipe out. That's how it could work. As I say, this is the alternative that we have. The other alternative is to continue with the specification that we were thinking on. I don't know. I think that it can be a discussion.
I don't have a strong opinion. It looks like Amin wants to say something though.
Yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting. Actually, I didn't find anything about autolock and description. If I have looked at the correct description and spec, I mean, the power spec. Can someone?
Yeah, I think it wasn't in.
Can someone simply tell me how it's worked? As far as I understood during this call, is that when you have locked for 1 year and when the year is up, and if you don't do anything, it lock your token again for 1 round. Am I right or no? I'm doing mistake. How it
Yeah,
works?
the idea was
And if it does it, how I can it will be locked again, so I cannot unlock my tokens. So something I cannot understand.
Yeah, what we were thinking of doing is it's like so this is like the user stakes and locks their tokens, and then they have like this modal where they can see all the tokens that they locked and for how long. Then there's a button, and you can select to relock automatically or not. And then if you have it on relock automatically, at the end of, like, in this case, 5 rounds, when these tokens become unlocked, they'll be relocked again for 5 rounds. So those same tokens get locked for another 5 rounds, and then you keep your same earnings multiplier. You get the same rate of reward, and you get the same give power. But what Sem is saying is that, like, this is not possible with the contracts we currently have. So it's looking, I mean, what we could do right now is have them at the end of 5 rounds, they become unlocked tokens, and there's no like relock automatically thing. Does it make sense?
Yeah, because as far as I know, he explained that, for instance, if I have locked for two rounds, and during the next round I locked for 1 round, and at the end of all, I don't know which round I had. Am I right, Sam? 1, 2, and 1, 1, and you see that 3. The total token of 2 lock period are released at the same moment, and you don't have any idea about how was the duration of each. Am I right?
I think, I think that it makes it very complicated, the current specification, because the auto locking is automatic, and it is a little bit difficult to follow. And if we move the unlocking to the person, like it's the person who has to unlock their tokens, and they can or cannot unlock because they said, I will be here for half a year, 1 year, or 2 weeks, depending on if you can lock or unlock. But it is something that it could be the person that unlocks. As it is right now, the changes in the front end will be very few, because you also see which is the give amount, the rounds that it has been locked, and maybe what it will miss is when you will be able to unlock data. Yeah, it's everything is here. It's just
I think that
in that case we will remove the auto lock feature, and that's it.
I think that's better. I think we just, I don't know. I think maybe we just make it simpler and to finish the contract sooner, and we don't rewrite this contract to make the auto lock a thing, and have the tokens just unlock at the end of the round, and then the user goes to lock them. I think that just simplifies it.
Yeah, I think it's
and if they don't want to unlock them, that's also okay.
Yeah, if they don't unlock them, I don't really care if they keep the same amount of give power or if their give power decreases. I think both are fine choices, and it'll work fine either way.
Wait, but wouldn't they unlock automatically? I don't understand. They don't unlock them. They unlock automatically at the end of the period.
Well, they're unlockable, right? But they're still staked there. Like
they're staked, but they're not locked.
But and so the problem is that smart contracts, if you don't do anything, someone has to click a button somewhere, otherwise nothing changes. So the give power number will still be the same number. We can't just automatically change it.
But the earnings multiplier, it's like, so with their lock tokens, I think it's better if their give power decreases.
Okay, so then we would need to find a way to relock it, and I think just relocking it for one round would be fine.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah,
if
we
it,
said that we will be 10 minutes with that. I think that it's better to have this discussion outside of the call.
Okay, yeah. Let's continue to discuss this outside the call then. Do we want to touch on the other ones? Delegation. Then we had.
Yeah. With the delegation, we also have a similar problem. If you have a lot of people who delegate on you, then if we want to make it mutually excludable, being a delegate and a delegator, if you have a lot of people who delegate on you, then you have to reallocate their give power on the other people. It's like it makes it a weird moment in which you want to delegate your tokens, but you have delegate on
Yeah,
you want to delegate on somebody else, and you have people who delegate on you. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Make that not possible because delegates will need to apply to be delegates. So I think like they apply and then they're assuming the responsibility of like not delegating their tokens, but instead using that give power.
Yeah, the thing is that when you apply to be a delegator, when you apply to be a delegate, then you won't be able to delegate your tokens anymore. Would that have sense?
Yeah,
that's fine.
That makes perfect sense.
So you cannot come back to the original state in which you can delegate to somebody else.
I think that's fine. People can use different addresses if they need.
Okay, great. Yeah, that works better.
Cool.
And the other one is when you want to give to some when you receive givebacks, it is the Eren Give DAO that sends to you the give of the give back, and you say, okay, we want that give to be locked on a very specific project, and this messes up with the entire contracts because it is an external address that has control over which logs and projects that you have, you want to support, and it is it makes everything change in a sense that it's an exception. You allow an external account to control your logs and your projects and everything, right? I think that it should not be the case for simplicity, and because you should also be autonomous in what you are logging and what you are supporting. So one solution to that could be, okay, I want to receive my give power. I want to receive my give back, and when I receive it, I log it, but it's me who logs it into the project or the projects that I gave the last round. So, and this is the distribution. So it's more like a suggestion, not a mandatory thing. Would it be something that is feasible in your concept of this feature, that instead of being a mandatory thing, people go click the button of receiving givebacks, and they have to sign two transactions. One is in order to receive the givebacks, and the other one is to log their give into the projects that they donated the last round. And if they do not click on the second transaction, they just receive the givebacks. Mm-hmm. Is it something that would work?
Yeah, I think so. I think that makes perfect sense.
It's okay. Not ideal. But I mean, the real benefit of, I mean, there's huge tokenomics benefits of making sure givebacks always get locked in the give power system, obviously, right? Like it like puts friction on our issuance, which is really nice, keeping it kind of in our system. And I worry that people feel like they're being tricked if that's not part of the if that's not the default. Like if I can be tricky and just not sign this transaction, you know.
I think rather than having it just be two surprise transactions, it's like we make it quite obvious. It's like, would you like to claim your givebacks? Yeah, and then it's like, do you also want to like put give power on this project and like explain what that means? You'll be earning a yield, da da da, and then they, you know, so it's not like just a mysterious transaction. We just add some front end explanation. Why is it?
Well, because I mean, it's actually, we're just talking about it in a call with Monique right before this, that like give power is going to be a little bit confusing for people, and we have to have really good marketing for people to understand it. And the best marketing is, do you want these tokens? You better figure out how to get them out of here, because they're locked in this system, right?
Yep.
And that's really strong marketing. And then people who donate, they kind of have to understand, if they want the tokens, they have to understand. We're paying them to understand give power. And there's better marketing than that.
I will rethink this part. I think that in some sense we have to connect the give back contracts with, because the give back contracts, they send directly the givebacks. No, they are locked within the token distros, right? So people still have to go and click.
Yeah.
We have to connect that with the give power, and I will check it again in order to see, in order to make it in just one transaction. The most important thing is that it's the message sender who is locking the tokens, but maybe the token distro can understand that. I don't know. We will see. Maybe we can do that in just one transaction. That will be the ideal.
Okay.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Sam. Cool. I feel like we have a lot of other things to cover. Maybe we need to just set up another call to like hash through some of these issues for the rest of Give Power. What do you guys think?
I think that yes, so it is still, there are still a lot of loose ends that in order to make a very productive call, we need to think along them. I think that it's better to start working, keep working asynchronously, and when we have more clear idea of how to solve each of these loose ends, then we can have another call.
Okay. Yeah, okay, but I just don't want to spend too much more time on this right now because we have a bunch. Maybe
Can
we
I
can go
add
back.
something? Can I say something?
Yeah.
You know, I'm a strong fan of, you know, defining something abstract. You know, it's just a simple use case like locking and getting give power. Just that, you know, on the front end. Just that, not all other stuff. Please, I think that the smart contracts is not. I know that the smart contract is not ready, but I think that we can deploy something that its interface will not change in the future too much. For instance, if someone can like lock his token and give power and allocate, you know, curate project by that, this two or three use case can be go for implementation on the front end and the back end at this moment. You know, of course, there are some loose ends on the smart contract. I understand that it needs time, but I suggest Sam deploy something that has some basic functionality, but the interface is the same. We know that in the future, the interface will not change, or it will change. It will not be that much. That will not be so drastic. So we can go for it and spend our time and bandwidth to implement something, not
Yeah,
be
I
blocked by
agree.
a smart contract completely.
Yeah, I agree that we have to start with the locking part and then add the rest. So yeah, the first thing to have tested and everything is the locking of the GIF. Probably also the GIF power numbers, which are already there. So what we will have is a contract that gives you the GIF power, but you cannot delegate it or put it on projects. And with that, we already have something.
Yeah, I think yes. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that this is the next thing to do.
Yeah, I think someone should explain that simple, more simple, just that feature to Monique, and other devs to understand what's the logic, and then implement just that feature.
Yeah.
Because the aspect is too complex. I personally have read it 2 or 3 times, but it still is complex for me. People can be more intelligent than me, but even I don't forget those days that we started to implement GIVeconomy, and the whole concept of token destroy and farming was so hard for developers to understand and implement it, because it was completely new. And give power right now, I'm a fan of implementing one by one, and that's it. What do you think, Monique? Do you think we can do it?
I think we can jump into some features. I think with the better start can be we split it down with some use cases and make it user free. User story, what the user do and what's the outcomes and how we can test it. And we start from the front end side and see if we have bills in the contract. We can go ahead. If not, we can create some services for the impact graph. But I think we can. Soon we have it. Soon we can have the feedbacks of the users and go ahead with it.
So what's the best way to go forward? Like, should we set up a meeting and go through the designs and start passing off things so people can go through the front end? Because I think a lot of the logic then also becomes apparent once you start understanding like the user flow.
Sorry, go ahead, Sam, if you want.
Yeah, I think that we could start. I mean, the first thing is the Give farm to introduce this new feature into the Give farm. And this is where the front end should start, and also the first part of the contract should be. The contract should be. The only thing that I fear more is that if there is one of the features that we want to add later that interfere with which is the original design, sort of what happened me today, that I started developing and then I just figured it out that the auto lock feature it doesn't fit in what I had. If it happens when we are already half in production or half in the way in which we have the front end for it, then it will be harder to coordinate in order to change the contract and change the front end and redeploy it to Rinkevi and everything. So
Sam,
I am divided.
Sorry to interrupting. We might have. I remember for the GIVeconomy, we have 9 test tokens, and in each testing way. I mean, just deploy the smart contract, and we test it, and we change it, and we tested it again. So I think we can start with the first deployments on the staging, and I can think that you make it completed after we want to try to implement other parts of the give power meanwhile. What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For sure, we have to start with the farming. That's the first step. So, and also because of the problems in delegation and the problems in give boosting, we can fix all the loose ends in the part of the locking and farming and everything, and then we can think on the rest of the loose ends that there are out there. But for starters, let's have a product that in which you can lock give for a specific period of time and earn give power in exchange, and also different IPRs based on the time that it's locked. This is the first thing to do.
Can
Yeah,
we start
this
doing
is the
that
first
now?
thing. Sorry. You asked something, Lauren. Sorry.
I want to know if we can start it now. Like, I mean, I'm happy to kind of like walk through this with whoever of the devs is going to be working on it and like explain the way everything's working and answer any questions. And like, I'm so down to do that, but I don't know. Can we do it now, Sam? Can I hang out with like Amin and Sharik and Mohammed or Fabio?
We can start doing this week. I think that we should continue with the rest of the topics, but yes, of course. In the group that we have, we can start working on having a contract that do not have delegation or boosting, and start and do only the parts of the Figma that are in the Give farm. This should be the next steps.
Okay.
The services for the backend, the GraphQL is implemented.
I don't know if we need the GraphQL in that case, but we will see which is the requirement from the front end. Let's
for farming, you said for locking and getting give power. I think it's not related to impact graph right now. Just for give curation for allocating power. Stake. What's the term? Blocking on behalf of the project. Boosting, yeah, project boosting. We need impact graph to support it. Otherwise, it's enough. And I suggest we have a separate instance, don't touch the staging. Subgraph just for give power.
No.
Because we cannot get, if we do that, it will be very hard to have release. Do we have anything under construction right now?
We do, and we have to do lots of versions during the give power. Even give power has lots of versions, man.
Yeah.
So the best way that we can manage it is just have to, instances, branches, and we're working on that.
Yeah, I understand, but we need another instance of impact graph to work. This is what I'm saying. We need another instances of subgraph to work on it. Yeah, we can, of course, we create branches under source code, but we should set up a new infrastructure. You understand?
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. I think this is getting way out of scope, like way out of scope of this call.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Sorry. I just want to sneak in one sentence, like literally just one sentence, which is whatever we do with this version, let's just simply written, explain, plain text spec is important, because this also informs two things. It informs the way they write integration tests. So regardless of staging and front end, that's something that we'll have. And also, as we build this up, we give this to the auditors. They want to read this. It really helps them, and it means we get better value for our money once we do an audit, which is already something that is being discussed. So that's just my 2 cents at this point. Everything else I pretty much agree on.
Yeah. Let's keep with the rest of the points, guys, and let's keep the discussion in the group.
Yeah, so we have the Give Power contracts chat. I think like most of the people in this call are in that chat. So let's just figure out like I mean, it sounds like we can build a Give Farm product, and maybe we should just like set up a meeting to sort out some of these details we were just discussing. But yeah, we'll continue that in the chat. So I'm just going to kind of move on to the other parts of the agenda. Let's just start first with I think retroactive givebacks would be quick. So Mitch, this is in the forum. Are you blocked by anything?
I posted the final scripts just to maybe get Pavle to look at it, make sure the addresses are right, and then they can go up on the inner GiveDAO.
Cool. Pavle, can you review the scripts that Mitch posted?
They're in the improving givebacks DM chat.
Yeah, I saw the post. As soon as I get the time, I'll just take a look and confirm everything. So thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, they're pretty big, so it's cool just to have a second set of eyeballs so that they don't fail.
Cool. Nice. Thanks, Mitch. And then, so Give Farm. So making a new round for the Give Farm. Seems like everybody liked it. So I think we should really, I mean, we need to do a little bit of front end stuff because we're changing the pools slightly, like the XDAI. We're going to do XDAI Give instead of Honey Give. And extend for 2 months, like 8 weeks. What are like the next steps required for this? I imagine that we're getting the tokens from the liquidity mining, the liquidity multi-sig, and that you need to kind of set this up. Farms end June 26th or something, so it would be good if we have, the small front end fixes and just like make sure that we have it set to start with the new rewards. What do you need for that?
Yeah, basically, it's not as hard as having new region farm. It's easier, but the first step is to create a HoneySwap DAI and farm right now and test it on the test environment. Yeah, XDAI give, is it? Yeah, and HoneySwap and test it and XDAI, and then I would deploy the farm on the. We have the farm on the Uniswap, on the HoneySwap right now.
Yeah.
Am I right? No.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, we should create. I should prepare the script to distribute rewards and allocate some fund on US. Allocate some fund using the multi-sig. Yeah. And also, of course, I should deploy the new farm and transfer ownerships. That will be the before that.
So the biggest thing is like, so we could do that. Maybe you could get working on that sometime this week to create the test implementation of the XDAI Give pool.
Yeah.
So because that seems like, okay, the first thing, testing, a little hacking, this takes time, and then just deploying it to live to production, and then a multi-sig transaction. Oh, you have to write the script.
Yeah, actually, yeah. It's simple. The script is simple. It's just distributor. Say to which farms, how much distribute. It's simple. Just a test, just a front-end test, and deploying the farms is the most important one, and it will be easy.
Cool. So we need go ahead.
Just if you create the issue with these items, that will be great as a product manager. Otherwise, I can create myself too.
I'll create the issue. I can do that. And then, so what should be our timeline for this? Like, we should probably, the farm ends on the 23rd or something, or 24th of June. Is that right? Does anyone know?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay, so then that's like, we have like a month to do this. How long do you really need, do you think?
2 days to test.
2 days. Okay, cool. Well, I think like within the next like week, if we could get the test implementation ready, just so that people can play with it, then at least we know we're all prepared. Because the last, it's like the main work that you have to do is like right before that deadline, right? Right before it happens, like June.
Yeah, and I like to test it on our test environment before.
Cool. So like within the next 1-ish weeks, and then and then this is kind of like right before launching.
Yeah, our test environment, we have the test environment 7. It ends 1 or 2 days before our real one, GIVeconomy. So we can test on it too. Yeah, so, yeah.
Cool. Our test farm. Cool. Ends 1 to 2 days before. That's great. Cool. So we can do the test implementation. So it's like we can set up the Give honey pool. Oh, you want to test it just before?
I would test sooner. I just create a farm, test the UI before, and prepare the script. I hope everything will be fine.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. So what else is important? For the cult ETH farm, I'm pretty sure we're just blocked by knowing how long they want to run the farm for, and then we could go live. Is anyone in this call? Mateo asked me to test the APR. Could someone in this call take that off my plate? I have too much to do right now. Just like to test the APR and just make sure that the reward rate is looking good.
I can do it, but I don't understand how to. If I can get a quick explanation, I can do it.
Yeah, send me a DM quickly and I can or I mean.
Yeah. We can have a quick call even if you like.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay. I'll DM you both, and then we'll figure it out what works best.
Do you have time after this call?
I do want to be on another call, but maybe we can spend like 5-10 minutes, and that's okay.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Well, so Mateo asked me to test the APR. Other than that, I think everything's good in the test environment of the Cult ETH farm, and we're just blocked by waiting on Chris to tell us how long they want to run the rewards program for, and then we could actually go live, right? Am I right about that? Or am I missing anything? I mean,
we are waiting for the Chris parameters. Just that.
Cool. I'll bug him again. I think I messaged him yesterday, but I'll try again. Cool. Region pool. I mean, we only have 5 minutes. I think we can talk about this stuff in the research call for the region pool, unless there's anything you wanted to mention, like particularly to this group here, Griff.
Oh, sorry. No. And I'm videos off. I didn't realize. No, it's okay. We can leave it for the next call.
Yeah, let's talk about the research call. Cool. And then, so region, farms, outreach. Kotabi, do you have any blockers or any major updates for that?
No blockers, major updates. A lot of discussions happening, a lot of non-fits. Nothing that it's like actually materializing right now. But we did have a new sign up, so yeah, that's it. I mean, signing up meaning another person filling the type form. So we'll still need to push a little bit more for that on the next weeks, but yeah, no major updates right now.
Cool, nice, thanks. It's exciting that someone else filled out the type form. All right, cool. Okay, so we just burned through those other issues really quickly. Are there any other?
Well, let me just say really quickly, there is a new forum post that I put up about that really goes into detail about how OneGive will work and our active management. So if you are interested in pushing or understanding more about the Angel Vault and the OneGive token and all of that, let's create a multi-sig and send Give to manage the collateral for OneGive.
Not to be confused with this other forum post with a similar name.
Yes. It's
cool.
a long one, but it's there.
Cool. Great. Thank you, Griff. Awesome. We have 3 minutes left. Anything, any burning thoughts or questions? Or I feel like we need a much longer call to go back to give power. So cool. Then I think we can all have 3 minutes to decompress, to process. Thanks everybody for joining the call. GIVeconomy Region call is in an hour after this one, so join if you want to hang out and talk about region pool.
Cool.
See you guys.
Goodbye.
Thank you guys. Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.